Hi everyone and welcome to the Hermetic Shaman. My name is Jayme, and if you're new here, I am so glad that you have found your way to this space. If you are returning, thank you from the bottom of my heart for all of your continued support. Today's reading is a general collective message intended for anyone who feels drawn to it. As always, please take what resonates with you in your personal situation and gently release what doesn't. If you're interested in a personal reading or a session with me, the link to my website is in the description box below. For those of you on TikTok, it's right on my profile. And if this message supports you in any way, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and for those on YouTube, hit that notification bell so you never miss out on a reading. Alrighty, y'all, we're gonna get into this. I did record a reading earlier. I'm not sure if I am going to upload it. But the general consensus of that reading is pretty much that the divine here is not happy with a specific group of individuals here. These people are not getting something through their head. It's like they're trying to rewrite divine's will, and they're trying to manipulate and orchestrate their own outcome. But it honestly feels like either side of this group who is not seeing eye to eye, I feel like they're both trying to escape whatever judgment and karma is coming for them. There is these two individuals that are the primary source here that have been getting their own supporters here on the outside. Right? And what they're doing is the pinning. It's like it's such a toxic environment at the universe. I don't even think the universe is making sense of it anymore, because it just sounds like we have person A who has their group of supporters, and person B who has their group of supporters that are only looking out for their best interest, right? But yet these two people still are not separating from each other. And it's like, at any given moment, it's like one holds the other hostage, and vice versa. It's this constant state of back and forth, and the supporters on the outside are the ones that end up being the casualties, because then person A will tell person B, well, you know, my supporter said this, so now person B is going and attacking their person A's supporters, and vice versa. Then person B is saying to person A, well, my people told me to do this, this, and this. So now person A is holding a grudge and a vendetta against their people, when all the supporters on the outside are just trying to help these two individuals separate from the toxicity that they're creating, but they're the ones that are getting hurt on the outside, these casualties. And I feel like, collective, you're a part of the casualty. And the universe is just so fed up with the fact that these two individuals are not getting it through their thick skulls that, hey, maybe they're the problem. This whole tit for tat, back and forth, trying to, it's like at the end of the day, somebody wants to be the victor. Somebody wants to be the winner in the situation where nobody wins. And at the end of the day, everybody wins when everybody decides that they all deserve better. But it's trying to, everyone, person A and person B are trying to make themselves out to be people that they're not. Trying to fit a mold, I don't even know, but the universe is tired of it. And the main gist of that reading is a lot of bad things are about to happen for those people refusing to own up to their own bullshit, and by creating all of this hostility for the casualties, because it's created a lot of anxiety and a lot of fear Because now it's like, well, I don't want to help person A because now I don't want to get attacked. You know what I mean? And it's becoming too much. Right? What person A and person B are not realizing is that their hatred for each other has birthed some kind of negative entity here that is out of control, and that has infected a whole environment, multiple different environments, and has created a lot of false realities, and it has created a lot of people walking on eggshells. And I also feel like in that dynamic, you know, people are doing things without thinking through their actions about potential consequences in the future. They're so focused on trying to get that win that they keep making matters worse for themselves. So, we're going to begin. We're going to be using the tarot dice. Things might get a little loud for a moment, so if you're sensitive to sound, I do recommend lowering the volume. Universe. What is going on in collective energy, and what is it that the collective needs to know at this time? We have the Seven of Wands reversed, and we have the Ten of Swords sideways. We have the Eight of Cups upright and the Six of Cups sideways. There is going to be a departure here. Somebody here is done defending, or somebody here is doing something here that is indefensible. They're not able to defend themselves out of this one, whatever it is that they have done. We have the Fool reversed, again, trying to repeat something. This is somebody you're giving into fear, giving into somebody else's fear, somebody here who's afraid to take a leap of faith, afraid to start a brand new beginning. This is somebody here who wants... They're so comfortable with the toxicity. That they would rather stay with that than to have a new beginning, than to have the world open up to them, than to have all of these beautiful new possibilities. There is going to be a tower moment. Something here is going to come crumbling down. Whatever this relationship, this false contract is, it's going to come tumbling down. Sorry, all, if you hear that sound, my cat found his ball. So... sorry. The Tower talks about a false contract falling apart because you have the Lovers being casted out in the traditional tarot. The Lovers are flying out of this tower as the tower is crumbling down. These two people who have built something off of false pretenses, off of lies, off of illusions, off of manipulation here, off of fear, off of the backs of others. The Three of Cups is right here. Somebody's party is going to come to an end. You know, maybe they thought that this was all fun and games and like, oh, everybody's just going to get over it, or I don't know. It's this energy here of not taking accountability, not taking responsibility, just brushing things under the rug and just like, it's another day. It's another day. Like, it's not okay. The Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. This is a needy, feminine energy here. This is somebody who's very codependent. Somebody who doesn't recognize their own worth, doesn't recognize their own value. Somebody here who doesn't believe in themselves. They do not follow through on things that they promise. So they overpromise and underdeliver. And somebody here is walking away. There is going to be a departure from an emotionally dissatisfying situation. But I feel like this departure is a forced departure. Because somebody here has been refusing to do what is necessary for themselves, to do what is best for themselves. It's been a clash of the egos. It's been a clash of the egos, and it's been a fight for superiority. Somebody wants to be seen as superior to the other. Somebody here is not going to be able to defend themselves, or somebody here is no longer wanting to defend themselves. Maybe this is somebody who's finally giving up. The King of Swords sideways and the Lovers reversed. This is definitely a soul contract that has run its course. Family, friend, lover, business. The King of Swords is sideways. Somebody here is having a difficult time expressing their truth. Somebody here has a difficult time sticking to the facts. Maybe somebody here is still allowing their emotions to get in the way of things. Strong Scorpio, Gemini energy here. Could be a Capricorn as well. Aries here. We do have the Nine of Pentacles, and we have the Four of Wands sideways. Somebody here is choosing their independence, choosing peace above all else. And somebody here is losing support and recognition. Maybe these people are realizing that they're losing their support. Right? Remember I said that earlier? There was people here who have been supporting these people. Like, you know when somebody's going through a breakup, right? Not saying that we choose sides, but like, we obviously, you know, we pick our friend's side, or we pick our, you know, family member side because, you know, we have love for them. We care for them. We want the best for them. And you ever, like, try to help somebody who's in a toxic relationship, and it's like, the more you try to help them choose themselves and choose peace, the more that they... It's like... It's fighting for the things that they never really had in the first place. These are people who never really felt seen in the relationship, but they're still trying to fight for that. By trying to win. You know, by trying to pull on those well, you promised me this, and, you know, you owe me that, and you owe me this, and you owe me that, you know, just any little thing to keep that connection still going. You know, and then you throw kids in the mix, and it's like, well, what about the kids, and da-da-da this, and you know what I mean? It's like using and manipulating things for their own interests. But it honestly feels like these people have just been trying to survive instead of living. And there's a big difference between surviving and living. Trying to make something work. What about the appearances? What about setting an example? We do have Judgment. Judgment is right there, and the Devil is reversed. You know, maybe these people were able to get by because sometimes people will use sob stories here in order to garnish support from others. You know, oh, you know, my person did this, or they kicked me out, or, you know, they're fighting with me, and, you know, so I need this, or I need that, and, you know, you help, and you help, and you help. But then when a situation becomes toxic, then it just becomes habit. This relationship has just become habit. It's become a way of life. And I feel like the people on the outside, on both sides, are just sick of it and don't want anything to do with it anymore. Now everybody is on the outside, including collective, is like, you need to handle your own shit. Because I don't feel like people are understanding the sacrifices that were made for them. The Wheel of Fortune is reversed, so there's definitely going to be a loss here. The Chariot is here as well. There is going to be sudden movement. There is going to be a shift. And I feel like this shift is going to be forced because people are unwilling to put something down and to lay something to rest. And they're just letting their impulsivities get the best of them. Trying to control situations here with the Emperor sideways. Trying to be seen as the boss. As the one that that's more superior than the other. This has all been an illusion. It's all been an illusion, and it's all been a delusion, and emotions have been all over the place that I don't even realize. I don't even think these people realize what they're even fighting for anymore. And I know the universe is sick of the petitions from these people and sick of the petitions from their supporters. And I mostly feel like it's one person here that's been refusing to let somebody else go, and one person that constantly gives in to somebody else's fear. And that's the problem. Universe, please tell us more. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna release the other video because when I say Spirit was mad, Spirit was mad. Like, I've never heard Spirit call people certain things that came out in that reading. We have the Four of Wands and the Five of Swords reversed. And the Five of Cups reversed with the Nine of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles reversed. Somebody here is embracing some kind of loss and they're choosing their own independence here. Somebody here is finally ready to drop their ego. It's not about winning anymore. It's not about winning. It's about doing what is right and what is fair and what is best. It's not about winning. Nobody wins in a situation like this. You know what? I want to clarify this Four of Wands. Universe, please help me clarify this Four of Wands, please. Before we continue. The Six of Cups reversed. Somebody's choosing a new beginning. That's the judgment. That's what this Four of Wands is. Is that finally somebody here is doing what is best, what is necessary, what is right. And that's taking accountability. We have an Empress here in the reverse and the Two of Cups. So it's definitely a feminine energy here that's been refusing to let go. It's a feminine energy here who feels entitled to something. I don't know what that something is that she feels entitled for. Maybe it's some kind of delusion in her mind. I don't know what it is. And I'm not trying to be one of those readers that's always talking about, you know, it's always a karmic feminine, because I always believe it takes two to tango in a relationship, whether it's the masculine or the feminine. But a relationship here is over. There is a karmic feminine in this situation, though. This is somebody here that's been refusing to drop something, refusing to let something go, highly focused on the past. This could even be someone here who has been blaming their life circumstances on somebody else, on a masculine. But at the end of the day, you chose this person. So I don't think this feminine is realizing that, you know what, maybe you never did your own due diligence in the first place by looking into things accordingly. Four of Wands. Somebody here is stepping through some kind of portal. And they're sticking to the facts, they're sticking to the truth here with the Mother of Swords. And they're finally putting something to rest with that Four of Swords. Somebody here doesn't want to, it's not about winning anymore. Universe, please tell me more. The Fool reversed, the Six of Swords, and the Queen of Pentacles sideways. Somebody here is stuck in some kind of mental prison. I feel like it's this feminine here. Double eights, 88. What goes around comes back around. Somebody here was putting in a lot of work and effort to try and entrap somebody, to keep somebody confined in a mental prison. Maybe it's this feminine energy here that's been using some type of psychological warfare This person's going to be forced to move on. This is somebody who is choosing peace. In the Fool reverse, somebody who was given an opportunity to take a leap of faith, but they didn't. So now they're being forced. Somebody who was given multiple chances and multiple opportunities to move on, to leave on their own accord. But now this is forced. This is a forced departure, a forced ending. The wait is over. This competition is coming to an end. This person here who feels entitled. Again, this Queen of Pentacles is not upright. She's going downhill real fast. This could be a masculine and feminine energy. Take it however it resonates for your situation, y'all. But either way, somebody here was trying to confine somebody to their mind, to keep them trapped, to hold them hostage. Based on something from the past. Maybe it was some kind of... You know, people tend to hold on to the potential of things or the promised futures. And what people are really trying to fight for is the life that they have created for themselves in their mind as opposed to the actual person. Universe, tell us more. Strength reversed and the Three of Cups reversed. The Knight of Cups reversed. The Knight of Swords reversed in the Page of Wands. Somebody here is not expressing themselves and not expressing their true feelings, and they're not expressing their truth. With the Knight of Swords reversed. Somebody here is taking action, though. Maybe this could be somebody who is finally withholding back. You know, sometimes it's not about being right. And it's not about trying to have people see your way, because sometimes people will not. Maybe that's been a part of the struggle that's been in here. But either way, the party is over. The party is over, and somebody's getting caught up because of their ego. We have two cards here that symbolize fear. Somebody here is giving into fear, or this is somebody here who likes to fear monger. Well, you know, if you leave me, I'm going to tell everybody this, or I'm going to do this, or I'm going to do that, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to take you for that, and I'm going to sue you for this, and I'm going to make sure that you don't see the kids, or whatever the case is, right? Let bitches be bitches, male or female. They just don't want to relinquish control. Somebody here does not want to relinquish control because they feel like they're losing control in their life, because somebody here cannot handle rejection. And it's created some kind of a toxic competition of trying to prove right. Actually. Universe, tell me about this Strength and Fool reversed. Strong Leo Aries energy. What is everybody gonna say? Who gives a fuck what anybody's gonna say? Eight of Cups reverse. Somebody here refusing to walk away. Out of fear. They rather hold on to something that's emotionally dissatisfying. All those cups are broken. Three of Wands reverse. They don't want a new experience. They want this experience. Six of Pentacles reversed, even if this means coming at a cost. And the Lovers. Strength reversed again. And the Three of Pentacles reversed. Somebody who was unwilling to work with the other person. Again, trying to hold somebody hostage and trying to force. This is an individual here who's been trying to force somebody's hand. Trying to force and control somebody. It's being put to rest. I feel like this person and these people were given multiple opportunities. I mean, I'm not surprised. The devil's involved in this. That's toxicity. That's lust. That's pride. That's ego. That's hidden motives. Hidden intentions. That's not love. We have the Mother of Cups here at the bottom of the deck with the Father of Cups reversed. These two people are not on the same page. One person is emotionally immature, lacking compassion. The other person just wants to be loved and keeps falling for somebody's bullshit. And we have the Six of Swords reversed. Somebody has been dealing with somebody here who has been refusing to move on. This could even be like an individual here that's even been like refusing to like move out, refusing to move, refusing to leave. It's pretty much the same message that came out in the other reading, except Spirit is biting their tongue this time. Universe, tell us more. Yeah, we have TikTok. The deadline has been reached. Universe, tell us more. Chained. Unhealthy attachment. Due to kinky ways? Due to sex? Really? Okay, listen, men. You know that there are other fish in the sea, right? You know there's more than one vajayjay out there, right? And women, you know that there's more than one wand out there, right? You know that there are stores lined with shelves filled with products that do all these crazy things now. Like, if you're staying in a relationship just for that, you need to get your priorities straight. You need to get your priorities straight, because that's not love. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. And I'm not saying not to enjoy the sex, but I'm saying that there is more to life than just that. Somebody here could have gotten knocked up. Maybe somebody here is even trying to hold something like, well, we had children, so that means you're mine. No. You don't own somebody because you had a child with them. That doesn't give you ownership over somebody. They're not your person. But also, what kind of example are you setting for your children, saying that you would rather force somebody to stay in a relationship with someone who doesn't love you? Is that a great example that you're setting for your children? Is it? Is that living authentically? I swear, most people just want a handout nowadays. They just want to be provided for and taken care of, and it's not about love, it's about what people can get. It's about the roof over their head. So they settle, and then they wonder why their life never accumulates or amounts to anything else, and why nothing good ever comes into their life, and why God never answers their prayers. Because you're robbing for scraps. That's what you're doing. You're robbing people of their free will for scraps. There's a light bulb moment here. Somebody here is being extra, being extremely dramatic. They're a shit starter. A snack. They're obsessed. Physical attraction. They're obsessed. So now they're tiptoeing, sneaking around, trying not to act all shady. Somebody here is waking up. I think that it's you, collective. You've woken up to the whole situation of how toxic these people are and just how nasty. Like, straight up trash is what this is. This is straight up trash. There's a lot of money laundering here. There's dirty money. Maybe that's also part of the toxicity here. Is that somebody, maybe the feminine's like, well, you know, if you leave me, I'm gonna rat you out, or da-da-da this, because somebody has receipts, and somebody here is mentally distressed over the fact that somebody here wants to ruin somebody just because they don't want to be with them anymore. And what about the kids? You can still co-parent. There's custody agreements. There are plenty of parents out there that do it. We have somebody here who wants to play the field. I don't feel like both of these people are innocent. I feel like one person's a player, never really wanted to commit to the other person. The other person, and maybe the person was like, you know what, that's fine. I can have somebody at home take care of the kids and take care of the house and da-da this and da-da that, and I can use them for the things that I need, right? They'll keep me, they'll be my alibi, but then somebody's realizing how toxic that person came, all because they're still trying to live a crazy life. Nobody's innocent in this situation. Nobody is innocent in this toxic situation. People cheat because they want to get validation and attention from other people to make themselves feel better. Then that, you know what I mean? And it's like, the whole situation is just a shit show. And I'm going to tell you what the universe said in the other reading. And I don't speak like this, but the universe said that these people have been acting like pussies. Yes, they have. Because this is weak. Weak, giving into fear, which means that you give into the devil, you give into your own demons. That's not God. And then you wonder why God doesn't show up. You keep selling your soul. I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh. Oh my goodness. Bad karma. Everybody's getting bad karma for refusing to change. Same shit, different day. Same shit, different day. Same shit, different day. Some creeping. Somebody else trying to dust it off. And somebody wants a handout. They want money. They want resources. There is photo proof here of the fact that somebody keeps asking somebody for money. You know what? I think also part of the problem is that the masculine doesn't want the feminine, but the masculine keeps on always asking for a handout. So, and then, I mean, of course it's going to drive the feminine crazy. That's what I'm saying. There are no good actors in this whole situation. Everybody's been playing their own hand instead of just cutting it off and eliminating it, but still trying to create some kind of attachment. Oh, I need money. And then this person's like, well, if you don't like me, then why do you want my things? Oh, but if you cared about me, you know, I'm a human being. And it's like, listen, you can't have it both ways. And that's the problem. Everyone's trying to have it both ways, and you can't do it. It just doesn't work that way. Somebody here is even trying to look you up. See, the problem is that these people don't have any scapegoats anymore because their own supporters are like, listen, I don't want to get involved anymore because every time we do, we keep getting burned. So now they have nobody else to pin it on to say, oh, other people are getting in the middle of our relationship by giving poor advice. Somebody here could even be trying to abuse divination. And there's an individual that wants somebody back. And they're going to use force in order to do it. Forcing and threatening, all while looking you up. This is somebody who we had this creeping card, who stalks you, who tries to find out what you're up to. Maybe you did separate from this person. Maybe they show up at your friend's house. They show up at the movie theaters when you go out. Hell, you know what I mean? You go to the bathroom at Dunkin' Donuts and boom, there they are, you know, in the stall next to you. Like creepy shit. Finding out exactly what you're up to, who you're hanging out with, who you're talking to, right? Maybe even somebody here could even be like trying to hack your phone, trying to mirror your phone or something. Accessing your phone records. Somebody here is trying to step up into their power, and somebody here just wants attention. They want attention, and these people are all in their head because they married for money and they're fake flexing. But now, collective, you're the queen rising. You've eliminated yourself from the situation, and you've realized that, you know what? Both of these people, at this point, Even if one of them is your family, your friend, whatever it is, it's not your problem anymore because you only get caught in the crossfire and it only dwindles your shine. And maybe at one point they were able to stay together because they all had a common enemy. Their supporters. Which is kind of sad. It's like it's like both of these parties have Stockholm Syndrome. I'm gonna keep it real. That's what it feels like. They're attached via their own Stockholm Syndrome due to their own trauma bond. But yet they still can't stand each other. And it's everybody else's problem but their own. People are crying out for help, and that's the sad part, but the thing is that they keep refusing the help. And then they cry out for more help, saying that everyone's attacking them. That's the issue. I think everybody in this situation needs a Valium. Or something else. Universe, please tell us more. Somebody could have gotten an STD, and they're trying to gaslight who they got it from. Somebody could have tried to steal somebody's identity. There's a whole sting operation that's going on right now. Somebody here is being set up to be caught. Something here is being retried. Judgment is being revisited. Childhood trauma and hidden motives and intentions. Somebody here is guarded and closed off, maybe due to their childhood trauma. And something here has festered. It's overwhelmed their ability to cope, leading to lasting negative impacts. Yeah, we also did have all those cups reversed, so I'm also wondering if somebody here has a little bit of a substance issue, whether they're throwing them back, or they keep lighting them up, or it could be a fugitive, somebody who runs away from their problems to avoid arrest or persecution. And somebody here using binoculars, somebody here watching from afar, stalking somebody. And we have an alibi, somebody here trying to fabricate some kind of alibi. Guarded and closed off. A karmic feminine. I knew it. An entitled twat. Knows right from wrong, but doesn't care. This is somebody here who knows right from wrong, but doesn't care. This entitled twat. Somebody here who's non-committal. The sentence. Formal judgment being imposed by a court after a criminal conviction. Consequences are being delivered here. Due to some kind of shadow contract that this karmic feminine tried to put people in. Agreements made out of fear, all to be an energy vampire, to siphon and transfer energy from a higher level to a lower level. All trying to steal your inheritance, trying to steal your identity and your inheritance. So this could be like a karmic feminine that's related to somebody here, well, that's with somebody here in your family, trying to steal something that belongs to you, or wants to be seen how you're seen, so they're trying to emulate you. Somebody's trying to be someone that they're not. Maybe that's the judgment that is being revisited. That's the judgment that is being revisited. Universe. Somebody here could have gotten an STD, Maybe they try to blame that it came from you, and somebody here wants to be a sugar mommy or a sugar daddy. It was a cold case. Something unresolved returns from the past so it can finally be resolved. A judgment is being revisited. And a rat. Somebody here is ratting somebody out. Paying people off, buying loyalty. So this person could have been paying people off in the background. They're supporters. In order to maintain some kind of lie, some kind of false reality. All so they can steal an inheritance in your identity, collective, so they can keep their toxic shit going. That's why they keep the toxic system going. To try and say that you're the one that's been causing the issues and that you're the reason for their for their toxic relationship. You have been part of their relationship and you didn't even know about it. This is sad. This is sad, all because somebody doesn't want to do for themselves. They want a handout. Somebody here wants a handout. They want to take the easy way out of life, even if it means taking it from other people. Even if it means taking away people's free will. Universe, please give us some character clues. Please give us some character clues. Somebody here could have short hair. Somebody here could have a crooked nose. Somebody here could have a white-collar job, office job, desk job. Somebody here could be an islander. They could have immigrated from an island. Somebody here could be of Asian descent. Something here about the Philippines. I don't even know if the Philippines are an island. We have a Libra that's involved. Or something here to do with justice. Somebody here has unhealthy habits. Maybe they're trying to hide their unhealthy habits. Somebody here could have exaggerated features. Somebody here could have animated eyes. A Leo is definitely involved here somehow. Somebody's name could start with an L, first, middle, or last. Somebody here could be of European descent. Maybe from a European island. Freckles. Somebody here could have freckles. Somebody could have a round chin. Somebody here could drive a truck. Somebody here could be the same height as you. One of those people involved are the same height as you. Somebody here has black hair. We do have a Sagittarius involved, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Somebody here could be muscular, a gym rat of sorts. Somebody here could wear contacts. An individual here could be a daredevil, very reckless, impulsive. Somebody here who likes doing dangerous things. They like to live on the edge. Maybe it's the same person with the unhealthy habits. We have an immigrant, green clothing. Somebody's step foster or adoptive sibling. This could be even like your step foster or adoptive sibling that's attached in some kind of toxic relationship here, and their person had their eyes set on you. Maybe, I don't know, maybe your parents were leaving y'all something and somebody wanted to claim ownership over your part or try to make it seem like you were unworthy of receiving something. It's like they made you part of their relation. Like they wanted to take something from you. And so you gave up, and now their whole situation's all falling apart now. Their life is falling apart. Somebody went against their own family. A Scorpio's involved here somehow. Somebody could have a double butt chin. Somebody here could be a Pisces. There's a lot of energies here involved. There's a lot of people in the fold and in the mix here who help. These could even be the people that they paid off to try and maintain their story, that you were the problem for their relationship, and now everything is crumbling down, falling apart because the truth, the evidence is coming out. A judgment is being revisited because people's eyes are opening up to what is actually going on. Somebody here could be tribal, could be Native American, or they could have some kind of tribal roots, part of their culture or something. I don't know, this isn't going to end well. Universe, how is this going to end? How is this going to end, universe? It's going to end with somebody being out in the cold because they're refusing to see the truth about something. It's like somebody's trying to make a love story stick. Somebody here needs to soul search and find out what exactly it is that they want. And somebody here trying to people please somebody, trying to keep a relationship together. This kinky shit keeps coming out. Somebody here is now backtracking, regressing here, because somebody here is overindulging, all because one person here is succeeding, and I honestly feel like it's the collective. You have been succeeding in life. And these people have just been throwing shade, criticizing, disrespectful, very highly judgmental here, because you have found your soul, you're living consciously, and these people are not. You're like really irritated their demons, or irritated somebody here, that they thought that they can make you to be the enemy, that they can make you to be the cause of their problems. And now they're being caught up for it because there are sudden realizations. There's awareness here that is taking place. Somebody here only casted themselves out in the cold in life, and they were trying to blame you. Someone's regressing. They're going back on something. They're going back. They're going backwards in life. Somebody's gonna have to return to the drawing board, is what it is. And this was all a fail. And maybe that's why they're trying to keep something together, because they still, whoever this feminine is, they still have something in their head that they want to take something from you. That they want to rob it from you, that you don't deserve it, and that you were the cause, that you were the problem, that you were this, that you were that. Why does God like you? All these things. All these things. Maybe based on a lie that your sibling could have told them. For those of you where this is a sibling. And maybe this sibling wanted to make themselves to be more grandiose than what they actually were, covering up their own bullshit. And again, somebody started something with a lie. So everyone here is to blame. Because now I feel like they're not getting the reactions that they wanted out of everybody else. Because there is no proof, because you're not in the equation anymore. It's like you have lost your taste for these people so much to the point where I don't even think that you care. I think that somebody could sneeze on the side of you and you wouldn't even say God bless you. Like, you just don't care. Like, you don't care. And maybe that's exactly what you needed to completely separate yourself from the situation, to the point where you're like, I don't care what the sob story is. I don't care if you have a flat tire. I'm not even going to help you. It's not my problem. You are not my problem anymore. Because I'm either the enemy or I'm the hero. I can't be both. So if I'm going to be the villain, then let me be the villain over here. But at least I'll be the villain and I'll still have my peace. That's what collective is doing. Universe, please give us an affirmation for the collective. Keep doing what you're doing. Do not get involved. And the universe is saying you don't have to do anything. They have heard your petitions. They have heard your prayers. They have seen the truth of everything. That's why a judgment is being revisited. Because maybe somebody, this karmic feminine could be a dark practitioner. Or, you know what, you tell enough people enough lies and enough people believe it that it could rewrite reality. We have Joyville. No judgment. I release myself from any and all judgments. I find my inner critic, call it into the office, and tell it to take a vacation. As it leaves the room, I let out a sigh and begin to enjoy the joy of simply being. Who hired that guy anyway? Somebody never wanted you to be able to enjoy yourself. They wanted you under pressure. Excuse me. They wanted you under pressure. Universe, please give us a final message for the collective. There will be peace in your environment, and things are going to be set straight, and people are going to receive the karma for everything that they have done, for everything that they try to blame you for. 17 breaks down to an 8. What goes around comes back around. This is karma at play here. Inner knowing. You have a place inside you that holds your most significant answers. Within each of us lies our intuitive knowing. Motivation and ideas are present yet untapped in this space within us. The spark of the divine waits patiently for us to tune in and retrieve our guidance. This is a time of soul searching. You are in a phase of introspection where you are drawing your attention and focus inward and looking for guidance within. You have a strong need to understand, not just at the surface level, but also to really know why things are unfolding in the manner that they are. You now have access to the inner knowing that the truth and acceptance you seek is within you. This is a perfect time to take a step back from your day-to-day life and deeply contemplate your motivations, personal principles, and values. Seek the truth. Work with Ganesha and see that through meditation, consideration, and self-assessment, the opportunity to evaluate your direction and personal goals await you. Your priorities may shift as you develop a deeper perspective. Take this opportunity for some much-needed alone time. You already know what's up. Trust your intuition. Trust your inner knowing. Especially in regards to these people and to the other people on the outside, because I still feel like there's still a few other people here who have been enablers. And that's been a part of the problem as well. But that is what I have for y'all today. I am sending you all lots of love and lots of light, and I will see you tomorrow. Ciao.